In this video, I want to show you how to attach the neckline tie to the bodice neckline. So we've already attached it at the triangles right there in the center, and now we're going to come around and where that notch is of your tie, we're going to put it 1/2 of an inch in from the edging. So if you want to eye it, it's safer to measure, right? Don't we measure twice and cut once? So as you can see there, that is 1/2 of an inch to the end, all right? So we want to pin that in place. And we want to do it on the other side too. So the notch right here on the other side, we want to go ahead and just put it to 1/2 of an inch again. And so we're going to measure again. Right there. Yep. Good to go there. We're going to pin it in place. Okay. And then we want to gently ease the neckline, the bodice, to the neckline tie. Just gently ease that. So I kind of like to grab where the triangles are and then just pull up that bodice neckline and make sure it's even across that area, and then pin it in the middle, and then just fill the rest out with pins and do the same on the back. So just take it from your pinky and kind of stretch it, tug it a little bit. Do you see that? And then pin it in place like that. All right, and then just fill it out with pins like you can do too, or if you do clips, that's great too. So showing you here, I like to just use as few pins as I can, because they are a hazard for the serger. And on this, since this is the front, you'll want to go ahead and just make sure that that seam allowance is pointing towards the back. And you can just pin it too. That's fine there. All right, and then we're one more pin right here, stretching it just a tad and pinning it. Okay. So you can see that it's a little bit, it's a little bit gathered up, but that's how it should be. Not the tie, but the bodice neckline is a little bit gathered up. And let's go serge this thing. So we went ahead and serged around the neckline, and of course in doing so we cut off those triangles that we aligned. So now it's all ready to go except for the ends. And what we'll want to do here is, of course, we left that 1/2 inch seam allowance. We want to fold that seam allowance over onto the tie. So we want to take that end and just fold it over. Really simple, but it's extremely necessary because we want to hide that. And I like to pin it in place. So I like to kind of pin it right here. But I want to show you, just for clarity purposes, that when we stitch, we're going to stitch like a basting stitch, but it's going to be really a tight stitch, a normal stitch. We want to go just onto the tie and then go straight on to the end of where this fold is. So we just want to stitch that, and it will secure that end in place. So let's just do it on the other side as well. We take the end right there, we fold it over to the tie, so it's just at that little notch, or the end of the tie, I should say. We fold it over and we pin it in place. And let's just stitch that right now. All right, so we went ahead and stitched that so to secure that seam allowance. And let's just check our stitching. So we're gonna turn it right side out. And as you can see, that seam allowance of the tie is all in the serging area. It's just enclosed there, and that's exactly what we want. And so let's check the other side here. and the same goes for that. So it has a nice finish on the end by doing it this way, and I really like it. A little bit of tugging, it's gonna be just fine, or a lot of tugging, as my daughters do it. Let's go, and the next step is just to put right sides together. We're gonna go ahead and pin this and stitch that, and you're gonna have a really close to a finished bodice here. So it's a little awkward here showing it this way, but it's coming along, and I wanted to definitely give you a little bit of heads up how to do that step.